Let's do some Scully-friendly abdominal exercises. So we are going to start by lying down on your back. And you always want to make sure that when you're lying down, you are doing your best to keep in good alignment. So nose and belly button lining up, hips centered underneath your trunk, equal spacing between the top of your rib cage, bottom of your hips. So if you need to scoot your hips to the right or the left to make that happen, go ahead and do that. You also want to keep your spine as lengthened and elongated as possible. You can give yourself a little bit of a bear hug and wiggle back until you're stretched out as much as you can here. Keep your shoulders down away from your ears, face and neck nice and relaxed. And you can just bring your hands to your sides here. You can do either palms up or palms down, whatever feels more comfortable to you. And then we are going to go ahead and start by just doing a glute bridge as a little warm up. So we'll do a couple repetitions here. Squeeze your core, squeeze your glutes, lift your hips up in the air, focusing on keeping your pelvis nice and level. You can hold that lift for a few seconds or full inhalation and exhalation. And then lower back down. We're going to do 2 more. This is just nice to get your muscles working. Get things warmed up, starting to activate your core, your glutes. So do one last one. Really trying to keep your hips nice and level here so that one is not dropping on one side or the other, but that you're holding them nice and still. Squeezing each glute equally. Go ahead and lower back down. Check that you are still in your best alignment. And then we're going to go ahead and bring both knees and hips up to 90 degrees here. And you're going to hold this position. All of the motion next here is going to be coming from your hip, so your knees are going to stay as close to 90 degrees as you can make them. And we're just going to do some heel taps. So you're going to tap one heel down, and then the next. And you want to make sure that you're keeping your spine nice and neutral, that it's not arching or lifting away from the ground. If you feel like that's happening, and you can't stabilize this movement enough, you can do smaller motions. So maybe just stay right here instead of trying to tap your heel all the way down to the ground. So we'll do a few more. You should start to feel your abdominals working. Remember to keep your face and neck nice and relaxed here. Maybe one more each side. When you feel like you cannot hold this position, you're starting to compensate by moving your spine, that's a good time to take a break. You can put your feet flat on the ground, reset, check that you are in your best alignment again. Neck is nice and long, shoulders down away from ears, nose and belly button lined up. Equal spacing between the top of your hips, bottom of your rib cage. And for our last movement here, we're going to go ahead and have hips and knees at 90 degrees. But this time we're going to add arms, and they're going to be up straight towards the ceiling. And so here what we're going to do is we're going to be extending opposite arm and leg, and then pulling back together. So again, the idea is really that your spine is staying nice and neutral. You're trying not to let your low back arch away from the ground. You're really trying to control the movement as much as you can. It's more about stability than how much you move. So it'd be better to do little motions here with lots of control and a nice neutral spine than great big movements if you can't stabilize enough. You can always work towards moving a little bit more. We'll do one more each side. And then again, take a little break. So remember, when you're doing Scully-friendly exercises, it's about keeping your spine neutral, avoiding end range, flexion, extension, and rotation, and trying to keep out of your curve pattern. If you want help with that, or you want to know what that means for you specifically, please reach out to us. I'm always happy to talk and give you some pointers. Thanks.